A lot of people don't know what Crohn's disease is. It's an autoimmune disease and it attacks your whole digestive system. Imagine having the stomach flu, just like 10 times worse. I have ulcers in my colon. It's really painful because you're bleeding in your colon and you don't know. I've been in the hospital so many times. I had half my colon removed. I didn't know if I was going to wake up with a colostomy bag. Yeah, I'm running a half marathon to raise money to find research. I mean, when I first started out with this disease, the medicines weren't that good. And over the last 10 years, it's been, there's been a lot of advancement in research. And so the medicines are much better now than they were back then. I was in college when I first found out. First, I thought it was like the dorm food. I was really sick. Basically run into the bathroom with bloody diarrhea. I was so tired. And I know a lot of people think, oh, you can catch it. You can't catch Crohn's disease. It usually affects people of Jewish or Mediterranean descent. So I don't know why I got it, but a lot of African Americans also have it. My childhood friend, who was also African American, died from Crohn's. And I also had an uncle that died from Crohn's. And I've had a couple of close calls myself where I was rushed to the hospital, bleeding internally. This is a very important issue to me. I really do want people to realize what you go through. There have been times when I've had to go to the hospital because none of the foods that I was eating was being absorbed, or basically I was bleeding internally, and I almost died. You'll get dizzy, lightheaded. I've had to go in the hospital. I've had numerous blood transfusions and iron by IV. Just running this race, I have to go get blood by IV. It's hard. I mean, when you go in there and sometimes you're so dehydrated, your veins give in. I've had IVs in my foot, in my chest. There was a time when I couldn't even eat for 6 months. I've got a scar on my chest where I call it my badge of courage. Basically, I was being fed by IV for 6 months, and all I could do was drink. The disease is so debilitating. You miss out on a lot of things. You miss out on family events. I've missed out on my kids' ball games, school concerts, all because I was sick with Crohn's. It also makes you kind of plan your life around your disease. I could probably tell you where every bathroom is in the city of Plymouth. That's where my kids play ball. I have to prepare for things like that. And, while I always say, I have Crohn's disease, but Crohn's doesn't have me, it puts a new perspective on living. And you don't take each day for granted. That's why I always say, you know what, on my best days, I'm going to get out and I'm going to run. I'm going to do something positive to make a difference. I've had more than probably 30 blood transfusions in the past couple of years. More than 300,000 people have Crohn's disease. I'm not going to sit down and take it. I'm actually running this half marathon for the friend of mine. She's just recently had surgery and she's not doing too well. So people often say, well, you look so good. I'm like, because I look good on the outside, but inside, your life is a living hell.